thanks for joining me again for another Pixie Talks review vlog.
Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks.
So last week, I talked about my all-time favorite animated films, a list meticulously and carefully chosen. It is equally difficult to choose a list of favorite live-action movies, but I have managed to boil down my favorites to another top 5 list. And so, without further ado, my top 5 favorite live-action films of all time, starting with Aliens. And yes, I did say Aliens, not Alien. I actually love all the Alien movies, but to pick a favorite out of the 4, I'd have to say that I like Aliens best. Each film has a very different tone. Alien is a bit more suspense drama, while Aliens is a bit more action and adrenaline. Many people do say that the first one is the best, and of course there is a very strong argument to be made for that. I mean, come on, it does have that iconic chest-bursting scene. But I actually do feel like the second one tells a bit more of an engaging story. The little girl, I feel, adds a wonderful layer to the whole thing and keeps me a little bit more invested. And that one scene when they finally reveal the queen alien, holy crap, that right there is terrifying. These movies are some of the best sci-fi ever brought to cinema, even all these years later, even with the dated effects. The xenomorphs are legit terrifying, so as a suspenseful action movie, they work ludicrously well. But I think the reason I love them is because I love Ripley. Ripley is one of the best, most kick-ass females Hollywood has ever seen, and there haven't been many others like her because Hollywood can't handle her. She often winds up being one of the only likable characters in these movies, and she owns that screen. These are amazing classic sci-fi films, and Ripley is one of the best characters ever. Next up, a sci-fi film with decidedly less caliber. Oh Lord, don't hate me. This is what you would call a guilty pleasure, except that I don't feel guilty at all, and I freaking love this movie to bits. Okay, so Battlefield Earth is a terrible movie. Absolutely terrible! It's been called by many the worst film of all time, and there's reasons for that. It's not well shot, it's not well edited, it's not well written, and oh my good lord, it is not well acted. This is John Travolta at his most ludicrously over the top, and some unknown guy who can't act worth a darn as the lead character. It's based on a novel by L. Ron Hubbard, so you know the story is ridiculous in all the weirdest of ways. Something, aliens have taken over Earth, guy has to fight them to free humanity, something. The plot is incoherent as all get out and full of weird loopholes, and I just love it because it's such a train wreck. This is the definition of so bad it's good. I love Travolta's hammy overacting, and I derive great pleasure from all of the weird camera angles. What's really funny is that when I was a kid, I legitimately liked it and had no idea that it's not a good movie. I actually really loved the tension between the two lead characters, and I still feel that they have enough chemistry off of each other to entertain me. But they also both delivered awful performances, so there's this weird thing in my brain where I legit like the characters, but also have to laugh at how terrible the whole movie is. It's like sweet and sour dip. But don't worry, that is the only bad movie on this list. Oh my goodness, this takes me back. You know, sometimes when you look back on a beloved childhood movie and you realize that your taste was terrible and you never should have revisited it because you've spoiled the memory of that movie forever? But sometimes childhood classics can turn out to still be gold years later. Hook is one such movie. Hook functions as sort of a sequel to Peter Pan, and I do have to make this quick note here. This movie makes absolutely no sense if you've read the book, because Peter Pan doesn't grow up, and in fact can't grow up, and the very idea of him growing up kind of conflicts with the spirit of the book entirely. So I kind of have to think of this as non-canonical fan fiction at best. But god Gosh darn if they didn't make a flipping amazing movie out of the idea. Peter Pan has forgotten that he's Pan and has to rekindle his childhood in order to save his kids, who were kidnapped by none other than Captain Hook. And here's the magic of this movie. The actors delivered such amazing performances. Robin Williams as Peter Pan is just absolutely incredible, totally believable and totally real. But Dustin Hoffman, oh my gosh, he delivered just such a stunning performance that I don't know if I'll ever be able to picture anyone else as Hook. He steals every scene he's a part of and made this film go from fun to incredible. Plus, they managed to really craft the world of Never Never Land into a vibrant, beautiful, and believable place. And never mind the beautiful message about living life to your fullest and never letting go of your dreams. It's a seriously well-crafted film, and maybe we could all stand to get in touch with our inner child. My Little Wife, or sometimes translated as My Little Bride, is a Korean romantic comedy film, and oh my gosh, if it isn't the cutest thing ever! Absolute all-time favorite chick flick. This is a really sweet love story about how sometimes love takes time to grow. It revolves around an arranged marriage and the slow-built relationship between the married couple as they both try to sort out their feelings for each other and grow as people along the way. There's just something innocently sweet about it, and the humor is really down to earth and relatable. It's a slice of life, so a lot of it feels less like a movie and more just like people doing things that normal people do, and I think that's what I really love about it. People and relationships are all so diverse and complicated, and this isn't a straightforward formula story. It feels more natural and organic than that. It explores characters with conflicted motives and conflicted emotions. As a result, they feel natural, like they could be people you know. My Little Wife is my favorite slice of life romantic comedy because it's a lot messier and not nearly as straightforward as a Hollywood movie. It's just about people.
Peoples is peoples.
And lastly, The Robe. This is an old one from 1953, starring Richard Burton and Gene Simmons. It's based on a novel of the same name, which is also a favorite book of mine as well. When I think of classic film, it doesn't get much better than this one. This film encompasses to me a lot of the charm of this era of filmmaking. From the great actors of the time, the elaborate sets and costumes, and the carefully paced flow. This particular film is about a Roman tribune who is given the order to crucify Jesus of Nazareth and his experiences afterwards. Racked with guilt, he goes mad until his eventual salvation and redemption. It's a beautiful story full of great dramatic moments which were brought to life by some of the best actors of the day. I think one of the reasons I like this one quite a bit also is because I'm a huge fan of period pieces, and they took meticulous care to be historically accurate with the sets, costumes, and names of historical figures. There's just a lot of great work put into this movie, and it draws me in with its wonderfully suspenseful storytelling. And it's worth noting that as an adaptation, it is pretty true to the book and does a great job of bringing to life Lloyd C. Douglas's characters. And that's my list of top 5 favorite live-action films. And next week I'm going to wrap up my favorites lists with a video delving into mini-series. So be sure to subscribe and come back for that. Add me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you then. Bye!
Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
His tomatoes, huh? His peoples. His dancing. His music. His potatoes.